Hey guys, welcome back to Deck Discovery. This opening is quite nostalgic. We are opening an NBA Hoop Superstar box from 1990, so 34 years old since these cards have seen daylight, and very nostalgic from the point of view of this is the era when I was collecting cards, so a lot of my favourites are ideally in here, and ideally we've got some yellow cards in really good condition because they're the rare ones. So we're hunting for Jordan, we're hunting for Bird, we're hunting for Akeem, we're hunting for Pippin, and who knows what else we'll find in here. But the main thing is we're looking for cards in really good condition because they're the ones we may send off to PSA. Let's get started. So there is a bit of feedback online too that some of these cards can get stuck together because of their age, so hopefully we don't have that issue, but let's get ripping. So probably just to show the box, it is a small box. The cards don't come in packs, they actually are just in the box. So it says 1999 official NBA Superstar sports cards. So yeah, as I was saying, the cards come, I believe, just straight in the box. So we'll shortly see if that's the case. And yeah, fingers crossed. Let's hope we get some good quality cards, but we also pick up the likes of Michael Jordan. So yeah, as you can see, the cards are all just sitting in there individually. So it's 100 cards in the box. So Dominic Wilkins looks quite good, a little bit off centre. We got Malone, a little bit off centre as well. Obviously printing was very different in this age. Terry, Trailblazers guard, Rick Smith, Vern. Just show you some of the back. They're quite nice cards. They're nicely done. Good view of recent years and seasons. This is obviously a 1989-1990 box. Mark Jacobs. What's great is that so far none of the cards are sticking. 34 years old since these cards have seen light. Earvin, Darryl, Jeff Malone, Dennis, Terry, Buck Johnson, Expansion draft choice, Tyrone. Interesting. We'll keep that aside and do a bit of a deep dive on that later. James Worthy, Rob Parrish, expansive draft choice, Steve Johnson. Keep that aside and do a bit of research on that later. Gerald, John Paxton, Scottie Pippin. Here we go. Beautiful card. As you can see, it's a bit of a print mark just up here. Apart from that, it's quite well centered, but yeah, marked straight through Scottie's face. Great player. James Donaldson, Chris Mullin, also a favourite. I will start sleeving up some of these cards once we get it through a few. Check out their haircut. Kelly, Reggie Lewis, Glenn Rivers, David Robinson. This is what we want. Another great card. A little bit off centre. Obviously printing wasn't quite as accurate in this era. I might just pause here and put some of these in some sleeves. Quite nice, thick cards. Shame about the best one so far, Scottie, having a bit of a line down the middle of him. I'm not quite sure what the expansive draft choice is. If you're aware, before I do a bit of research, feel free to leave a comment. or if you've picked up one of these boxes, how you found it. Let's get a few more of these in here. Alright, let's get back to it. Brad, Otis, Rodney, AC Green, Reggie, 1989-90 expansion team. Not sure if that means anything, but we'll keep it over here in a pile for the moment. Jerome, Roy, Danny, Eric, awesome shot. Mark Eden, Mark Pierce, start another little pile over here. Here we go, Jordan. Bam. Orange Jordan. Way off centre, unfortunately. Great card. One will absolutely be keeping. Let's definitely sleeve and put this one in its case. But fortunately so far, probably the most off-centre card that we've obtained in the pack, and the card with the most scratches, which I'll bring up again. Not scratches, but a line you can see through here is Pippin. We'll keep motoring on. Derek Harper, also a line across there. Sam Perkins. This is why it's so hard in this era to really get PSA 10 graded cards. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with printing. Don't know the history of that or why, but Tyrone. Yeah, 5'3", there he is. Muggsy. We'll definitely sleeve him up. Continue on. All bird, here we go. Oh, a bit of dust on it, it's alright. Bit more on centre. Great card, great card. Obviously hurt his finger in this shot. Missed all but 6 regular seasons due to injuries. So we'll get Bird up here. Still slightly off centre. That's not going to rate anywhere near a 10, but it's still a nice card regardless. Some of my favourites coming out, which is awesome. I might just get this out a bit. Xavier, Cherry, English. Akeem, here we go. Damn, another one. It's almost like they're doing this on purpose to the best of the best in this pack. He's quite off centre, not ideal, but awesome player regardless. So we'll be keeping hold of that one. Along here. Gary Grant. Here we go, Magic. I think that's on his jersey. That's better, way more on centre, still off slightly, but great Magic card. So many of the just phenomenal players of this era in this box. And 34, 35 years old, extraordinary. Bernard King, Clyde Dexter, also another great player. Kevin, Charles Oakley, Sydney, Rory, Sam Vincent, another expansive team. We'll look up what that is a bit later. Charles Barkley, look at him, look how young Charles is. This is much more on centre, maybe slightly off. Great card. Charles when he was with the 76ers. Charles down there. Keep progressing through. Michael Cage, Mitch Richmond, Bill Rodman. Ah, damn, another one with a line across it, but still a lovely card. Obviously Rodman spent a lot of time with his fellow colleagues Pippin and Jordan in the Bulls, but this is his Piston days. We'll leave him down there actually for now. Derek. Bill Cartwright, another great Bulls player. Dominic Wilkins, also another great player. I'll definitely give him a sleeve. The real value in this pack comes from these yellow cards where they're highly PSA graded. My sense would be we haven't really hit a PSA 10 yet, and that can be hard to judge because based on what they do with PSA ratings, they look at things quite scientifically and closely. So even with the human eye and what we're seeing here, we probably got some 6s and 7s, maybe possibly an 8, but definitely no 9s or 10s from what I'm seeing. Another great card, Karl Malone, slightly off centre, obviously on the side there, but the edges on these cards are all really nice, which is great. Might move some of these guys out, get another row happening here. Down to our final quarter of the pack. John Stockton, another great card. This is actually in a much better condition. I'm not sure if the border around there is slightly off or that's on purpose. Check that later, but it's quite well centered. Keep John down there. Isaiah, Eddie Jones, Kevin, Patrick Ewing, another great player. Defending, watching the ball, it seems. We'll throw him in a sleeve. We'll come back shortly to a lot of these best players we've pulled from this pack, and do a bit more of a closer assessment of the quality from what we can do with Reggie. It's another great guard. You forget how young they looked. They seem really old when you're a kid watching basketball. We got Chuck Pearson, John Williams. And I did see the last card when I opened the pack, so I know we got Spud Webb coming up next. And awesome shot of Spud, particularly someone was 5'7", huge dunk. This is actually a card in pretty good nick. So if we go back, I guess some of our favourites, we got obviously Spud Webb, we got Dominic Wilkins, slightly off centre, we got Reggie quite off centre, you can see there, we got Patrick Ewing quite off centre as well. John Stockton's actually in pretty good, a little bit off centre. We got Dennis Rodman. It's actually not bad, but it's got the line through it like the Pippin card we showed earlier. We've obviously then got some of these cards with the expansion team, etc. We got Dexter, got Muggsy, and we'll see what this means later. And then probably the favourites is obviously Magic. If we look at Magic, it's actually probably one of the best cards in the pack. A little bit off centre. Really good corners, really good condition. We got Pippin, unfortunately the line we showed you earlier through the middle. We got Jordan, probably the most off-centre card in the entire pack, unfortunately. Then we got Bird, which is slightly off-centre as well. Probably Jordan and Bird, the two I was hoping for the most, are probably the lowest graded of the top. Same with Akeem here, very off-centre, but thanks for watching, guys. I'd probably add that if you have a Jordan in good condition or a Bird in good condition, they can go for hundreds of dollars when they're PSA 10s in this pack. Obviously, with this era, it's really hard to get PSA 10s. We've probably picked up a few in the 6 to 7, maybe one would hit an 8. So you're not seeing a huge amount of value out of this pack. It's more this nostalgic, classic value of just having some of these great cards from this era. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys.